the international system. At this historic summit, Azerbaijan will hand over the chairmanship to the Republic of Uganda. I wish all the best and every success to our Ugandan friends as they embark on this exciting journey. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to give the floor to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency General Odongo Jeje, for welcoming remarks. Please, Excellency, the floor is yours.
Your Excellency, Rafiev, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and the current chair of this session, senior officials from the non-member states, ladies and gentlemen, this morning I have a very humble and simple responsibility to welcome you all to the Republic of Uganda, and particularly here in Kampala at the conference center. So on behalf of the government and people of Uganda, and on my own behalf, it is a pleasure to welcome you all to Kampala for the senior officials segment of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement, which, as we do know, precedes the ministerial session. I wish on the onset to thank the Chair, the Republic of Azerbaijan, for steering the work of our movement since they assumed the chairmanship of our movement for the period 2019 to 2022. And as we all remember, this was the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. I also wish to take this opportunity to thank them for graciously accepting to hold the chair for one more additional year. Please, on that note, join me in applauding Azerbaijan's leadership. Distinguished delegates, as you all know, the senior officials and the ministerial meetings are preparatory to the summit conference. NAM remains an important organization, and given the increasingly complex international situation, the 10 Bandung principles, which all recollect were enunciated about 1995, continue to be as relevant today. Today, we are faced with several challenges around the world, including conflicts in different parts of our world, food insecurity, migration, unemployment, health pandemics, climate change, and terrorism among the many challenges that we face. We also recognize challenges in financing for development and the very serious issue of the debt burden that paints a very depressing global economic outlook. It is therefore crucial for us to address existing, new, and emerging issues collectively and in the interest of our membership for the good of mankind. Like I mentioned during the 60th anniversary of the first conference of the Netherlands countries held in Belgrade in October 2021, Uganda believes that multilateralism and solidarity are required much more than ever, so that we individually prepare and collectively respond to further challenges. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore befitting that this year's summit will be held under the theme Deepening Cooperation for Shared Global Affluence. This is indeed a call for cooperation and collaboration within the NAM membership, and this, I believe, will be emphasized in the outcome documents. I am also happy to note that member states have interacted with the Kampala Declaration, which is one of our outcome documents, with a lot of interest. The deliberations during your session will be important as you seek common ground on all issues. I look forward to seeing the results of your meeting. Lastly, I want to encourage you during the course of the summit not to limit yourselves to this conference facility or indeed to Kampala city alone, but also to find time to explore other parts of this country and to enjoy the beautiful flora and fauna that exist in this country, and indeed to also enjoy the hospitality of the Ugandan people. Let me, on that note, once again welcome you all to Kampala, welcome you all to the 19th Summit, and as I conclude, I wish you all great deliberations in this meeting. I thank you all for your attention. I say this for God and my country.
Thank you, Excellency, for your remarks and kind words addressed to my country and our chairmanship. We can now start our deliberations, and firstly, we will proceed to the adoption of the agenda of today's senior officials meeting. The provisional agenda for the senior officials meeting of the 19th summit has been circulated among all delegations. Can I consider that there is no objection to the provisional agenda? That seems to be the case. Therefore, the agenda of the senior officials meeting of the 19th Summit of an Online Movement is hereby adopted. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now proceed to deliver the report on behalf of the chairmanship of the Coordinating Bureau of NAM. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present this report on behalf of the chair of the Coordinating Bureau of the Online Movement to this preparatory meeting of the senior officials. The report covers the substantive and logistical preparations that were carried out within the framework of the Coordinating Bureau of NAM for the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of the Movement. In line with the working methods and the established practice of the movement, a ministerial meeting of the COB NAM was held on the 5th and 6th July 2023 in Baku, the Republic of Azerbaijan, to review the preparations for the 19th Summit Conference, as well as to review the progress and implementation of the provisions contained in the final document of the 18th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Movement. Accordingly, as a result of extensive three rounds of negotiations in May, June 2023, within the framework of the open-ended working group in New York and the senior officials meeting in July in Baku, the final document of the previous summit has been updated, taking into consideration the development from October 2019 through July 2023, including major high-level conferences and meetings of relevant international, regional, and sub-regional organizations on the matters of concern to the movement or on issues relevant to its activities. The text of the final document has seen substantial expansion since the previous summit and now contains a total of 1,353 paragraphs, as well as important subparagraphs and footnotes organized into three chapters: global issues, regional and sub-regional political issues, development, social and human rights issues. The final document of the COB ministerial meeting resulted from extensive negotiations and represents a consensual text agreed upon by the member states of the movement through hard work, spirit of compromise, and solidarity. In this regard, I would like to congratulate all delegations and member states of NAM for their constructive spirit and professionalism throughout the negotiation process, both in New York and in Baku, showing flexibility, political will, and the true spirit of good faith engagement. I'm confident that the same spirit will guide our work in the coming days. I'm proud to report, Mr. Chair, that this is a sign not only of the validity of our movement, but also of our political cohesion, unity, and solidarity, while at the same time underscoring the great diversity of our composition. Our joint work on the document once again reaffirmed the movement's principal positions on a significant number of issues which remain relevant and valid in accordance with the Bandung principles as our guiding beacon. As we continue to face common challenges, we must remain united in making joint progress towards achieving a peaceful and prosperous world and a truly just and equitable global order. On 19th December 2023, the final document of the COB ministerial meeting has been opened by the incoming chair to proposals and amendments to reflect the most recent developments since July of the last year. The updated draft was circulated to all member states on 12th January 2024 and will serve as a basis of our work during the preparatory meeting of senior officials. I would like also to report on the logistical and organizational preparations made within the framework of the Coordinating Bureau of NAM for this summit. On 21st January 2020, the Coordinating Bureau of the movement approved the proposals of the esteemed government of the Republic of Uganda to hold the 19th summit of the heads of state and government of the movement in Kampala, Uganda. On 21st March 2023, the Coordinating Bureau of the movement approved the dates of the summit as 15 to 20 January 2024 under the theme Deepening Cooperation of Shared Global Affluence. In preparation for the summit, the government of the Republic of Uganda has transmitted to which it had extended invitations to participate in the summit conference as special guests, as endorsed by COB NAM. Furthermore, on 11th December 2023, the process of forming the Bureau of 19th Summit was initiated. The member states were encouraged to submit the following nominations for the vice chairs positions of the summit. 8 member states from African region, 7 member states from Asia Pacific region, 4 member states from Latin America and the Caribbean region, and 1 member state from the European region, and finally 1 representative from Asia Pacific region as Rapporteur General. At the same time, the Republic of Uganda has duly informed member states that in its capacity as the incoming chair of NAM and the host of the 19th Summit, it will serve as chair of the Political Committee and Economic and Social Committee of the Preparatory Senior Officials meeting at the ministerial meeting in accordance with the established practice of the movement. On the subject of the continuity of the chairmanship of the movement, I would like to report that on 26 June 2023, the chair of the Asia Pacific Group for the month of June 2023 informed the COB NAM of the decision by the group, following the principle of geographic rotation, to endorse the candidature of the Republic of Uzbekistan to host the 20th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM in 2027. On 30th of June 2023, upon the successful conclusion of the silence procedure, the candidature of the Republic of Uzbekistan was unanimously endorsed to be recommended for approval by the 19th summit. In conclusion, allow me to express on behalf of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the entire team, the coordinating bureau in New York, our sincere gratitude for the trust, the support, and solidarity that our delegation has enjoyed during our tenure, as well as for the constructive spirit and flexibility that our brothers and sisters in the movement have shown throughout these years. It has been our great honor and privilege to serve at the helm of NAM during these challenging times, and we are very proud of the successes and accomplishments that the movement has achieved. As we pass the chairmanship to our dear colleagues of the Republic of Uganda, we pledge to them our full support, cooperation, and full adherence to the positions and principles of the movement, guided always by the spirit of Bandung and aimed at strengthening of our movement and its historical role for the betterment of all mankind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we will proceed to our deliberations by electing the chair of the preparatory senior officials meeting. The host country nominated His Excellency Ambassador Adonia Ayabare, permanent representative of the Republic of Uganda to the United Nations, as the chair of the preparatory senior officials meeting. If there is no objection, I suggest to elect Ambassador Ayabare by acclamation as the chair of the senior officials meeting. And I don't see any objection, and Ambassador Ayabare is hereby elected as the chair of the senior officials meeting of the 19th summit. I congratulate you, Excellency, and invite you to take the floor as a chair, and I wish you successful deliberations.
Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, General J.J. Odong, Honorable Yarchin Laviev, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Azerbaijan, whom I'm proud of calling a friend and a brother. I humbly colleagues, I'm excited and overwhelmed by your confidence in assuming the chair of the Senior Officials Preparatory Committee for the 19th Movement Summit here in Kampala. And I join my minister in welcoming all of you. You're welcome to Uganda and to Kampala. Colleagues, I promise to chair this Senior Officials meeting with transparency. Colleagues, I promise to chair this senior officials meeting with transparency and openness, and I call on you to extend the same support you extended to our colleagues and friends of Azerbaijan. Colleagues, the task before me and all of us senior officials is to adapt the document, the final outcome document, and the Kampala Political Declaration. Honorable ministers and colleagues, as you all recall, the final outcome document, which has been distributed to all of you, was adopted by our ministers in Baku after very extensive negotiation and consultations under the leadership of Azerbaijan. Our ministers adopted this final outcome document, and colleagues, I really implore you that this document should not be reopened. It should be only consider, we should only consider technical updates that have taken place between Baku and Kampala. Because, colleagues, there is no need to reopen the document. Our ministers have already agreed on the document, and as we deliberate in these 2 next days, let's bear that in mind.
Colleagues, again, I look forward to your cooperation and fruitful
Discussion on the outcome document. As you all know, our ministers will be meeting on 17th and 18th, and they expect us to conclude our work in time for their meeting. I thank you all and look forward to our deliberations in the two committees, the political committee and the economic and social committee. And I will call on my colleague, Ambassador Bafir Podida, who will go through us on how we'll proceed from now. But we will, first of all, maybe hear from our colleagues in this plenary on how, briefly on how we will be conducting our business. I thank you, Honorable Ministers. Having assumed my chair, let me now come to the podium. Colleagues, you can, we welcome remarks and comments in this opening segment of the senior officials meeting. You can put up your placards and my colleagues will, if I can't see you, my colleagues will help me identify you. The floor is open. Libya? Oh, okay. Algeria, and then followed by Azerbaijan. I think you should press the sound.
This one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Of course, I have something to say, but out of respect to my Azerbaijani colleague, I prefer first to give him the opportunity. He's the outgoing president of the NAM. I would like to give him first the floor, then I will, if with your indulgence, I will take the floor afterwards. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excellencies, distinguished colleagues. Let me first congratulate Ugandan side and wish fruitful deliberations to all of us. I'm more than confident that this 19th Sum of NAM will be another great success for the movement. And surely at the SOM, we have an important role in ensuring this success. That being said, on behalf of the Azerbaijani delegation, I just want to echo what have been said by our Ugandan colleagues that unless it's a technical update, agreed parts of the outcome documents shouldn't be open in deliberations. And I want to thank our Algerian brothers for handing over the mic to us. Thank you so much.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I would like to congratulate you warmly for your chairmanship, assuming the chairmanship of the NAM, and thank the Azerbaijan for its very outstanding presidency of our movement. Of course, Mr. Chairman, is a word of first support and full confidence on your chairmanship during this 3 years, the forthcoming 3 years. I wanted to express my delegation full support and of course we will be in your side in every step in the life of this movement, and to echo and support your proposal not to reopen the Baku process, ministerial COB meeting, unless there is technical updates and of course taking into account the development in the Palestinian question, which is obviously one of the major developments since July meeting. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Algeria. Let me give the floor to the distinguished delegate of Libya. Libya, you have the floor. Colleagues, technical colleagues, give the microphone to Libya.
Thank you, Brother Adonia. First of all, I want to congratulate you for assuming the presidency, and I thank you and the government of Uganda and people of Uganda for the hospitality. Also, I extend our thanks to Azerbaijan with the great work that you have been doing through your presidency. What I was about to say was already said from our colleagues from Algeria and Azerbaijan, and I really support your suggestion. We had extensive negotiations, more than a month and more, when we reached the ministerial meeting in Baku. And I think that from July to now, there isn't really much to add unless there's technical updates. So I think that we should support this suggestion, and maybe you would ask the floor who doesn't accept this could maybe speak out, because so we can agree now on this fundamental important issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Libya. I give the floor now to Iran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me join my colleagues, first of all, to congratulate the Republic of Uganda for assuming the chairmanship of the non-aligned movement, and also thank the people and government of Uganda for their very warm hospitality extended to all delegations. I would also like to congratulate the Republic of Azerbaijan and appreciate the efforts during the chairmanship of the non-aligned movement. I would like to support the proposal you made, Mr. Chairman, that it is not time to reopen the substantive issues. Only what we can do is technical updating. If there are the dates or references, the number of resolutions should be changed, we should do so, but not entering into a new proposal, new substantive issues. Iran, although proposed some languages, but we are ready to withdraw if this is the case for other delegations to withdraw their proposals. So focusing only on the technical updating, the only issue which I believe we should focus in during these 2 days of senior official meeting on the declaration we are going to adopt, and the important issue of our day, which is the Palestine and the massacre, the daily massacre of the children and women in Gaza. The only issue that we need to focus is that, and we are ready to fully cooperate with you and other delegations during this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Iran. I give the floor to Egypt.
Thank you very much. My distinguished chairperson, my dearest brother, Ambassador Adunia Ayebari, I add my voice to all distinguished colleagues, first and foremost, in congratulating you for assuming the chairmanship of the senior officials meeting, and for the foreign minister of Uganda and all the Ugandese brothers for thanking them for the hospitality extended to all of us since we have arrived this beautiful country. It's a second home for a lot of us, including myself and the whole Egyptian delegation. A word of appreciation as well to our distinguished brothers of Azerbaijan for an excellent leadership, excellent chairmanship of the NAM during the last 4 years. I commend you, distinguished chairperson, for making the proposals to retain Baku outcome document as is, with a very few exceptions if we have technical updates here or there. The only exception that I would recall is that has to do with Palestine and the recent developments in Palestine. There is a very aggressive war against our brothers of Palestine in the Gaza Strip. And this merits, of course, consideration by the members of the NAM. Other than that, we retain the and I thank you for the wisdom for availing me that opportunity. Thank you very much, distinguished chairperson.
Thank you, Egypt. Colleagues, we'll have a few speakers, then we will set up the committees and meet in the other committee rooms. We would want to really regret the technical issues we're having right now. But let me give the floor to Morocco. Then we'll have a few speakers and then we will break, we'll go for a break.
Monsieur le Président, très cher frère, ambassadeur Adonia, mes premiers mots seront pour vous féliciter.
Morocco, I think the interpretation also has a problem. Maybe, I know you speak English. You can speak English.
Okay. So, my first words will be for you, Mr. President and dear brother Adonia, to congratulate you for your election as the head of the high official meetings. I would like also to thank and warmly congratulate your country for the very warm welcoming for all the Moroccan delegation and also the well-organized conference, especially the first meeting of our high official meetings. I would like to join the colleagues who took the floor before me to support the proposal that we adopt the Baku final document. For me, it's a question of rational and credibility. This document has been adopted by our ministers. So how can we reopen it here? But as it has been previously explained, what we need this document is just to be updated technically. We take all the events, and especially the tragic events of the war in Gaza, to put it and to add it. And if there is any other documents, other events like, for example, the COP 28, like that, I think we will not have to reopen the document, but just to add small amendment to it to make it updated up to now. That's what I wanted to say, and I would like to assure you of the full cooperation of my delegation to make of the Uganda summit very successful and historical one. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Morocco. Thank you, Morocco. Now I give the floor to the state of Palestine, followed by Pakistan. I'm told that the mics now work on the table. Okay. Try Ambassador Riyad and we see.
Okay. Try this. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Brother Adonia, I just want to extend to you and through you to the people and government of Uganda for assuming this lofty position of the chairmanship of our movement. We congratulate Uganda for this huge accomplishment. You and I worked for so many years, and I visited this facility when it was not like this, for the convening of this conference and for convening the South Summit, which will follow this conference. Allow me also to join my colleagues in extending our gratitude to Azerbaijan for a well chairmanship of our movement during the course of the preceding years. Mr. Chairman, I support, the suggestions by you, supported by many others, in order to accept the document as is, with certain needed, amendments. I remember in one COB meetings in New York, I was hoping that we can convert this conference to a conference of solidarity with the Palestinian people. I believe it will be that, whether we declare it this way or not, because the onslaught and the aggression that we are facing for 100 days, unprecedented, and I know that the movement that supported Palestine from the beginning will continue to support Palestine until, we put an end to this tragedy and accomplish the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people. I know in the documents that we negotiated and we talked about in New York, in the main document and the declaration on Palestine by the Ministerial Committee on Palestine of the movement, there is, inclusion of necessary elements that should be reflected in that document. And in New York, as we all know, we succeeded in having unity among the Arab group, the Islamic organization, and the non-aligned movement around three objectives: stopping the aggression against our people, particularly in Gaza, meaning ceasefire, and ceasefire immediately now; to have humanitarian assistance to our people up to scale to address the needs of our people in all corners of the Gaza Strip; and thirdly, to fight very strongly against the crime against humanity of mass displacement of our people outside the Gaza Strip, creating a second Nakba. These three objectives are the objectives now almost of everyone at the UN, with the exception of very small number of countries. When we resumed the 10th emergency session, we were able to secure 153 votes in favor of that position versus only 10 countries. In addition to that, we need the support of our movement after we put an end to this aggression to support us in acquiring our natural and legal right of becoming a member state in the United Nations. We need the full support of the movement around that objective, and we need the full support of the movement for our effort when we collectively go to the General Assembly to legislate the call for convening an international conference on the basis of international law and the global consensus on ending the occupation and the attainment of the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, including independence and the right of the refugees. We have a tall order before us, and we also support the historic position of South Africa in going to the ICJ, asking for provisional measures on the subject of genocide. Many of us supported their effort. We will be waiting for the ruling of the court before the end of the month, and we will study it, we will analyze it,
and we will decide collectively the steps that we have to take after that decision. These are the key ideas. I believe they are reflected in the document, which is basically the document of Baku, but reflecting these new realities, which I do not expect anyone to be in disagreement with these elements that I mentioned. And we thank you in advance in Kampala, in Uganda, of siding with the Palestinian people and helping us to overcome the situation that we are going through. And again, we will work very closely with you as we always work with the non-aligned movement, especially the COB in New York. We will be in your side always, Ambassador Adonia, and Palestine need all of you, and I know all of you will not hesitate to give us all the support that we need. I thank you very much and congratulations again.
Thank you, Ambassador Riyad, for those kind words. Let me give the floor to Pakistan.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, my delegation would like to congratulate Uganda for assuming the chair of the NAM. We also are grateful for the warm hospitality that has been accorded to us. Our appreciation also to the outgoing chair, Azerbaijan, for leading this organization so ably. The way forward which has been suggested by the chair and which has been strongly supported by many delegations before us, we are fully in agreement with that, and we believe that we should follow that with the suggestion by the chair for limiting ourselves to technical updates. And on the issue of Palestine, as my brother just spoke about, we fully support their position and what he has said, and I think this organization should lend its full weight to the people of Palestine in this critical hour. So thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Pakistan. Let me give the floor to Cuba, followed by Togo and Tunisia, then and Iraq, then we'll take the floor. We'll take the break. Cuba.
Hello? Thank you, Chair. First of all, let me convey our congratulations for your election. And needless to say that you can't always count with the full support of the Cuban.
Cuba, mic, the mic. Can our technician give another mic to Cuba because we can't? Okay, Cuba.
Is it okay now?
It's okay now. Can hear you.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, congratulations for your election as the new chair. And needless to say that you can always count with the full support of the Cuban delegation. Also, our delegation would like to convey our deep appreciation to the people and government of Uganda for the warm hospitality and the excellent organization of this 19th summit. Also, our congratulations to Azerbaijan, our previous leader, for doing a very good job. I will be very brief. Cuba also would like to support the idea of requesting delegation to reframe on presenting at this very late stage new substantive proposal. The time available is very limited. We need to take full advantage of every minute so we can be ready to recommend to our ministers by the end of the day tomorrow a clean draft document. So Cuba fully support the idea, focus ourselves on technical updates and just the latest developments from July until today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Cuba. Let me give the floor to Togo, followed by Tunisia and then Iraq. Togo, you have the floor.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, pour la parole. Je voudrais d'abord vous féliciter pour votre élection en qualité de président de cette session. Saisir l'occasion pour féliciter et remercier l'Ouganda pour la parfaite organisation de cette session. Je voudrais également saisir cette occasion pour remercier la présidente sortante, l'Azerbaïdjan, pour tout le travail abattu jusqu'ici. Monsieur le Président, ma délégation avait demandé la parole pour d'abord exprimer la nécessité de tout faire pour que l'interprétation soit disponible. Parce que nous avons des segments aux fonctionnaires ministériels et le sommet. Et vous savez bien que la réussite du segment ministériel et du sommet dépend donc de la commune compréhension de ce que nous disons au niveau des hauts fonctionnaires et que chacun doit briefer à son ministre et au chef d'État. Donc, nous souhaitons vivement que l'interprétation soit disponible à tout moment durant cette session. Je voudrais également m'aligner sur votre proposition qui a été faite et qui a été approuvée par de nombreuses délégations. Monsieur le Président, tel était l'objectif de la demande de parole de la République togolaise. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Togo. Colleagues, I need to find out whether interpretation is working. It's working? Good. So let's continue.
With few speakers, then we'll take a break because we are going to set up the committees and moving to other rooms. But the Economic and Social Committee will stay here. Let me give the floor to Tunisia and Iraq, and then followed by Somalia.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Adonia, and congratulations for your election, chair of the meeting, and special appreciation to Uganda for the hospitality and the warm welcome. Congratulations to Uganda on assuming the coordination of our movement. I would like to assure you of full cooperation and support. We count on your leadership to enhance the unity and solidarity among the group and to push forward all the concerns of the group facing the challenges which were reflected in the address by His Excellency the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uganda this morning. I join colleagues also to commend Azerbaijan for the work done so far. I just wanted to support also the call made by various delegations not to reopen the Baku ministerial declaration except for technical updates when reflecting recent events and conferences which dealt with issues of relevance to our group. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Tunisia. Let me give the floor to Iraq. Colleagues, microphone to Iraq. Sorry, colleague. Um,
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيد الرئيس المحترم، شكرا جزيلا لمنح وفد بلادي فرصة التعليق. أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، السيدات والسادة، السلام عليكم جميعا. في البدء نود أن نهنئ دولة أوغندا الصديقة على تولي الرئاسة، متمنين لهم التوفيق والنجاح، ونشكرهم على كرم الضيافة وحسن الاستقبال وتنظيم هذه الدورة. وشكرا لأذربيجان على رئاستها للدورة السابقة. يؤيد وفد بلادي المقترح الذي تقدم به وفد الجزائر الشقيق والمؤيدون لهم للأسباب ذاتها، إذ أن الوثيقة قيد النظر سبق أن اعتمدت من قبل وزراء الخارجية. عليه سيكون من الصعوبة بمكان تعديل النص من قبل اجتماع كبار الموظفين. فضلاً عن ذلك لا نرى أي مستجد يستدعي فتح الوثيقة عمرها تقريباً 6 أشهر، ونؤيد أن يناقش اجتماعنا هذا موضوع القضية الفلسطينية للتطورات الخطيرة الحاصلة. وبالنسبة لباقي أجزاء الوثيقة أن تقتصر على التعديلات التقنية. وشكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Iraq. Let me give the floor to Somalia, followed by Syria.
Somalia. Technicians, microphone to Somalia.
Yeah. Good morning. We thank Uganda government and its people for hosting us this historic event, and also we congratulate the new chairman of NAM senior official meeting. As a fellow member state of NAM, we share a common vision
of maintaining a justice and peaceful world order. Somalia, a member state of NAM, has made a significant progress in recent years towards stability, reconciliation, and economic development. However, we believe that there is still much work to be done, and we kindly request the support and collaboration of NAM delegates to honor Somalia's commitment to these core principles. Somalia has the sovereignty rights to govern its internal affairs without external interference, and to make decisions that are in the best interest of its people. As a nation recovering from years of internal strife, Somalia deserves the opportunity to exercise its sovereignty, and it works toward building a prosperous future for its citizens. Furthermore, Somalia's unity stands as a crucial pillar of our nation-building process. The preservation of Somalia's territorial integrity is of utmost importance. Our borders must be respected and upheld in accordance with international law. The unification of our country depends on the protection of its territorial boundaries, and any violation undermines our efforts toward stability and development. We appeal the NAM delegates to support our cause and join us in advocating for the protection of Somalia's territorial integrity. In conclusion, we kindly request the honorable delegates of the non-aligned movement to uphold the principles they have committed to. Somalia has made remarkable progress on its path towards recovery and development, and we believe that by respecting its sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity, we can make further accelerates this positive transformation. Your support and solidarity will undoubtedly contribute to the shared goal of promoting peace and justice worldwide. Thank you for your attention and consideration.
Thank you, Somalia. Syria, followed by the Maldives.
شكرا سيد الرئيس. صباح الخير جميعا. اسمحوا لي بداية أن أهنئ أوغندا على رئاستها للحركة، وأن أتوجه بالشكر للدولة المضيفة أوغندا على حفاوة الاستقبال وكرم الضيافة. ونهنئكم السيد الرئيس بانتخابكم لرئاسة أعمال هذا الاجتماع. أغتنم الفرصة أيضا لتوجيه الشكر لوفد أذربيجان على الجهود التي بذلتها دولته خلال رئاستها للحركة. السيد الرئيس، سوريا تضم صوتها للوفود التي دعت بعدم فتح الوثيقة مجددا أمام التفاوض، لا سيما وأن الوثيقة الأخيرة التي اعتمدناها في باكو كانت قبل أشهر قليلة فقط، ونقترح الاكتفاء كما قيل من العديد من الزملاء الأعزاء بتعديلات تقنية وفنية على النص، والتركيز أيضا على أبرز المستجدات التي طرأت مؤخرا خلال 100 يوم الماضية، ألا وهي العدوان الهمجي الإسرائيلي والجرائم الحرب وجرائم ضد الإنسانية وأعمال الإبادة المرتكبة بحق الشعب الفلسطيني. وشكرا لكم.
Thank you, Syria. The Maldives, followed by Lebanon. And colleagues, I would like to really end this introductory session so that we can continue in our committees where you can continue making remarks because we have to set up the committees and go to the rooms so that the issue of microphones here can be sorted out as we go to another rooms. So I implore you to allow me to give the floor to the Maldives, Lebanon, the Maldives followed by Lebanon, and Mauritania, then we cross. Then we go to our committees. We can continue in our committees. Thank you, colleagues. The Maldives. Okay. Microphone to the Maldives, please.
Thank you, Chair. Maldives also would like to join other member states in congratulating you, Uganda, for assuming the chairmanship of NAM. And also, at the same time, we would like to echo others in thanking Azerbaijan for their excellent chairmanship for the past 4 years. We would like to point out, Chair, that since the last ministerial meeting in Baku where the document was negotiated, we had a change in government in the Maldives. Therefore, we would be pointing out some of the suggestions that have come from the capital, which we have already indicated to Uganda through the formal process. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Maldives. Lebanon, followed by Mauritania, and then Laos, then we will close. Then, yeah. Lebanon. Okay. Lebanon.
Thank you, Chair. I also join colleagues who congratulated Uganda for assuming the chairmanship of our group. I would like also to thank you and thank the government of Uganda for their kind hospitality, and to thank Azerbaijan for their leadership of our group, successful leadership of our group for the past 4 years. I would also like to join colleagues who called for restraint in opening the document throughout the senior level negotiations in the coming 2 days. But also, I would also like to join others who called for introducing language on the major event of our time, which is the Israeli war of aggression on Palestine, which was also affected countries like Lebanon and Syria and others. So we would want to limit any amendments to and the focus of our meeting this time around on the issue of the Israeli war of aggression on Palestine. Thank you.
Thank you, Lebanon. Mauritania.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank Uganda for assuming the chairmanship of the NAM. And also I would like to congratulate Azerbaijan for the fantastic work done during their presidency for the last 4 years. I join my colleague in supporting the proposal that has been presented. As you know, as also it has been mentioned, we had an extensive discussion on the document. We have, I think, the same document. It should be open for some technical or some update on the technical aspects. I want just to focus on the political declaration on the issue of Palestine. I think we agreed on this political declaration during our meeting in New York, and we raised 3 points who has been mentioned by a Palestinian delegation, and we fully support this declaration, and I can assure you also our full support of our delegation, and we wish you all the success for the Uganda 19th Summit of the NAM. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mauritania. Let me give the floor to Laos, and UAE will be our last speaker for this segment, but we'll continue with the meetings in another room in the political committee. Laos, followed by the United Arab Emirates.
Hello. Thank you, Chairperson. I'm speaking on behalf of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. First of all, allow me on behalf of ASEAN to express our congratulations to Uganda for assuming the chairmanship of the movement. Likewise, ASEAN expressed appreciation to Azerbaijan for its chairmanship of the movement over the past 4 years. And ASEAN in this connection has and will continue to engage constructively in the discussion of this draft final document during the political committee. It is our hope that we can reach a meaningful and concrete outcome document in the spirit of cooperation and solidarity and mutual respect. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you, Laos. Let me give the floor to United Arab Emirates.
Thank you, Chairperson, and I want to begin by thanking the government and people of Uganda for the warm hospitality and excellent organization. Congratulations on the chairmanship of the movement, and I assure you of my delegation's full support for your chairmanship. I also want to congratulate and thank the Republic of Azerbaijan for its able and commendable chairmanship of our group. Very briefly, the UAE just fully supports the chair's proposal, which has been endorsed by speakers before me, to not reopen the final document of Baku, save for some technical updates and, of course, necessary language on the devastating war on Gaza. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, UAE. Colleagues, I want just to clarify that my proposal was not to keep the Baku text as it is, but not open already agreed paragraphs. But instead, we focus on the newly introduced ones. That's just to make that clarification. So on housekeeping matters, we are going to take a tea, coffee break. Then the political committee will, as an already set up the two committees. The political committee will go to Victoria Ballroom. Our protocol colleagues will direct us there. Then the Economics and Social Committee will stay in this room. And I really to apologize on the mics. This is a brand new hall. Brand new things are always good, but they have their own teething issues. I'm sure the microphones will be fixed by the time the Economics and Social Committee returns. I thank you all. Let's go and take a tea, coffee break. Thank you.